She was beautiful. Madeline always had the most striking green eyes that lit up the room wherever she went. Those eyes were what drew me to her in the first place. Everybody thought those eyes were a blessing. She could use them to charm her way out of anything, but maybe they were her curse. Maybe I was her curse.
Hi! What's all this stuff for anyway?
It's Christmas gift.
I didn't want her to feel pain. I just wanted her to love me. Why didn't she love me? My mother liked to tell me that I couldn't help but live in the past. She claimed I relived the high school memories I made, or rather watched others make 10 years ago like they were yesterday. However, she could not possibly be any more wrong. I didn't live in the past. Sometimes I felt like I didn't live at all. I was incapable of feeling any emotions. You might jump to conclusions and refer to me as a psychopath, but I urge you to remember a very important characteristic in a psychopath: the inability to love. This was not the case for me.
Good morning.
I loved Madeline Archer.
Drink. Drink.
She was the reason I didn't feel so invisible. That's why I had to kill her. She was my only lifeline. And when she agreed to marry Matt Green, I had to do something to make her mine forever. I'm not a murderer. I was just claiming what was rightfully mine. Why did she make me do it? Why didn't she love me? It had become a nightly ritual of mine to come home and watch the slideshow of Madeline as soon as possible. Pictures of her from high school prom were the first to appear. I loved watching those lively green eyes dance across the screen. She was so different. Ever since the first day of high school, when I saw her in biology class, she had always managed to stand out. She was never like the rest of us in Virginia. She had dreams, a plan mapped out for the rest of her life.
That assignment, though.
I know.
We get it done.
On the contrary, I was the definition of the person who blended into the background. With the name of John Doe, I always felt I was destined to be the kid no one knew. I guess I was right. Maybe that's why she never loved me too.
Police!
She was in the basement. All of the evidence was down there with her.
Can I help you in any way, Matt?
Hey John, I don't know if you remember me from high school, but I'm Matt Green. I'm the Chief of Police for the Abington Police Department.
We know it's late, but we only have a couple of questions if that's okay with you.
You know, John, you never really went out much in high school.
Matt, I really don't need to run through my life. High school was 10 years ago. Now can you please just ask me your extremely vital questions?
Do you know Madeline Archer?
Don't we all?
There was no doubt he understood the double meaning behind my statement, but he chose to ignore it.
I'm well aware you know she's missing.
Do you have any idea where she could be?
She's below you. She's in my basement.
No, I haven't seen her since high school.
Well, thanks anyway, John.
I didn't know you had a cat.
I don't.
Why would he think I had a cat? He looked down by the doorway at the kitty litter and back up at me again. I felt the blood drain from my face. I was caught in a lie.
It's my mom's kitty litter. I'm just holding it for her.
Well then, I'll see you around, John.
We might need to ask some follow-up questions later on, but thanks again.
I knew I had to do something with the body, and I decided that day was today. I dragged her body into a black garbage bag, listening to the quiet chirp of the birds outside. They were free. I wanted to be free. I looked in the mirror and saw the black car following behind me. I sped up and pulled into the highway. As I looked to my left, I noticed 2 police cars. I began to feel extremely uneasy. What was going to happen to me if they discovered Madeline in my back seat? I didn't want to hurt her. I just wanted to be with her forever. Do they understand that?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is why I'm not guilty of murder.
I looked straight at Matt, rage filling his face.
All I wanted was for Madeline to love me.
She loved him, and he loved her. Why doesn't she love me?